now we're speaking about it, I have an issue that people with medals can be done with their sport and essentially start life, and it's like they have to start from scratch almost. Like people who have showed the most dedication, the most discipline, who made it through college and are the most athletic, and it's just they're amazing in all these ways. And it's like, hey, gold medal, woo! Now it's like, all right, now you're done. I hope you get a job somewhere. With no job experience other than being a professional athlete for 15 years, which is sad because there is transferable. The transferable skills, absolutely. If you learn any specific job, you'll be really good at it with how you move. And it's like, it's unfortunate that this happens to some amazing athletes. They have to start from scratch.
Well, whose fault is that? Is that the sports fault or is that your fault? Because yes, you're learning all these transferable skills, but for it to truly be transferable, you have to be able to apply it to other aspects. So that's for me as an athlete to know that, okay, I am great at time management. I'm great at working under pressure, adhering to deadlines, etc. But that's also for me to portray that to a company and say, like, this is what I've done in my sport. I've reached the highest level in my sport, so that shows that I'm dedicated to anything or any goal that's in front of me, and this is how I can be a benefit to your company. So is that the sports fault or is that the athlete's fault?
No, I agree that, and most of these folks do go on to be successful in other areas, so they have that in them. I just feel like it shouldn't be as difficult as it is because they've accomplished something that's so amazing. I feel like they should, at least the process should be facilitated for them in some part for what they've done. So Nike, if you run for years and now you're done, I feel like it shouldn't just be like, well, all the best. Yes, you should have the ability to market yourself based off of the things that you've accomplished. But I mean, come on, man. Does Nike have no responsibility to take care of these people in any way? They already didn't make much money in the first place.
But should they take care of them financially? Because if
I don't even have to give them money. Provide an opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah,
you have a huge company, a huge multinational company. Give someone a job. It doesn't have to be a high level job. Give them a job with the ability to progress in some way. Just give them options. It's a huge company. I mean, I think if they gave thought to it, they could figure it out. I would hope.
Yeah.
They could. Somebody has to present it to them though. But it's our fault. It's our fault because when you look at the documentary of the gold medalists, you just see them doing one thing. You don't see them having to try to figure something out. Occasionally, you'll find one or two people who have a passion purpose, like Jackie Joyner-Kersee, who knew from a long time that she wanted to go back into her community and create a center. And she used her platform to be the foundation to build that center. Love that story. But we also see things like Maurice Green struggled for a while when he left the sport, was bankrupt at one point and was on reality shows at another, and then finally found where he is. Not everybody's going to get the ticket to be a broadcaster. Like, not everybody needs to be a broadcaster. Not everybody needs to be a coach. But it's like the problem in a lot of professional sports, because I've had this conversation and I love it, is that we don't always know and we don't always get to choose when it ends. And especially if you're living in this matrix, it's like you just give up a lot of the time. So even if you're at the top and something happens, like your career could be over. And then all of a sudden you're now forced to try to pivot and figure out what else I'm supposed to do, but you never had those conversations along the way. I never had a plan B. My whole plan was to be successful. No matter what it is that I was calling to do, I'm going to be successful and I got to eat. That was the plan, period. So because of that, I had to figure out at all times, I got to make sure I eat. And what I'm doing, I got to make sure I'm being successful. And so it's hard when, you've had this laser focus, but actually you hit it to the nail. We have a plethora, I like to say it like this. We have so many soft skills that make hard impacts. We have the ability to work in diverse communities. We have the ability to work under pressure. Like you said, we know about hard work, commitment. We have all the tools as a beautiful seed that if we're implanted within your organization, we can become a great, fruitful success. I've run this script so many times You understand? And working with athlete transitionary programs. The problem that I have seen, it's easier to have the same conversation with the organizations because they get it. It looks good. You get a little bit of a marketing piece. You can get publicity out of it. It helps with your recruiting. It's an HR benefit, your diversity and inclusion, because most sports have minority candidates. So they're checking boxes. So they're ready to sign the check. It's the athletes, however, where I'm saying it's that is on my off time, I want to play FIFA, or I want to play a game. I want to rock back. I want to do this. Well, okay, if that's what you want to do, then put it on Twitch so you can get some money and you can start becoming and say, hey, I'm going to be a content creator. Here's how I've been able to learn some marketing skills and this is what I can do. So then no one is having that conversation because the top athletes don't have to. And those are the stories that we're telling. By the grace of God, I pray somebody makes it out of the matrix, that we can have these type of conversations to say, like, I had to work 6 jobs to be here. I had to become a marketer. I had to learn how to make moving off of social media. I had to become a speaker. I had to learn how to use that one Olympic Games that I made it to and be able to charge someone $5,000 for a 30-minute conversation. That is more than you're going to make. I'm sorry, but it's like more than what you're going to make on the track. I can get it.
Purpose of the podcast, man.
I can talk right now. And if you don't know this, Olympians out there, Paralympians as well, you can garner more from an hour talk if you have mastered your message and your vocal ability. That it's a lot harder than it is, but you have to at least master your message and your ability to dictate that towards people and find a way to adapt it to various crowds, not just people who look like you, but people who can pay, and then allow them to 1 hour talk can be $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, which is way more than you can make from, let's just say, the ATL meet. I'm so grateful for it. But to run like Ronnie, you gotta work for that. You understand? It's you to get that $5,000, like those were dogs in that fight. And so that's just another way on top of that to just do something different, dog. We gotta do something different.